Hey everybody, welcome back to my True Crime channel. If you are new to my True Crime channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell button so you not for uploading True Crime video. If you are new to my True Crime channel, hi welcome. If you are new to my True Crime channel, welcome back. So today's True Crime video is covering the case of reality TV murder of Jasmine Fiorre and Ryan Jenkins.
Boyfriend of the murdered model spoke briefly for her family.
Ryan Jenkins is an animal. What he has done to Jasmine is unspeakable.
Investigators say Ryan Jenkins may have crossed into Canada from tiny Point Roberts, Washington, after a man matching his description abandoned a ski boat at a local marina.
It is now our belief that he has now crossed the border on foot.
Jenkins is accused of murdering the 28-year-old Las Vegas bikini model he married only in March. Her body was found Saturday, stuffed into a suitcase just hours after she was last seen with Jenkins.
The fingers and teeth were removed.
Her family broke down hearing the description. Jenkins already has a criminal conviction for domestic abuse in Canada and was arrested this year in Las Vegas, where he's accused of punching his now dead wife. But on the VH1 reality show Megan Wants a Millionaire, he was the smooth-talking bachelor.
I decided to appeal to all your senses.
In his hometown of Calgary, Jenkins is known as a socially active guy with money who, one acquaintance said, could be found anywhere they sell $18 drinks. A Canadian woman identified as a former fiancé said he's a guy who could sweep you off your feet.
No, I was not afraid of him whatsoever, so this is why, the whole story is a shock.
I'm pretty sure you guys know because I'm talking about this case was very crazy in this case back in 2008 or 9. Because I was little at the time, I think like 7 or 8 at the time when this happened. And it's crazy, like everything happened. It just is so sad about murder and suicide. We're on TV, and how it affects people's lives and all that stuff. It is crazy, but I'm not getting to it in a second. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm looking forward to 100 subscribers. I know I'm at 17, but if you're new to the channel, hi, welcome to this channel. I'll be telling you true crime videos, so it'll be solved cases and unsolved cases. So let's get today's case video started. Jasmine Fiorre was born in 1981. Her parents was divorced by she was 8 years old, and so she was raised by her mother at the time. She enjoyed playing football and worked for a local grocery store at the time when she was like 16. She loved to play sports. She loves being a tomboy. She loves playing soccer, football, playing mud, all the stuff, and that's when she worked in a local grocery store. Jasmine Fiorre was a swimsuit model who worked freelance as a body painting model at parties for entertainments. She appeared in a lot of TV shows in Las Vegas and casinos. She acted in commercials and phone lines, basically like when we wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. these commercial phone lines where people talk dirty, whatever on phone calls, and sex talk on phone call conversations, commercials. I think that's still on. Because they should still, and you see those all the time on TV. So she would act those. She would be a lot of commercials, talk dirty, whatever, on phone calls, have nice conversations, and during acting scene. She would also do in bathing suits. Jasmine Fiorre also attained a real estate license and was planning to open a gym and personal training center. So basically, she's living a great life for her. She already in modeling, bathing suits model. She doing a lot of commercial shoots. And she got a real estate license, so she'll be a real estate agent, and she wants to also build a gym center, so she can work on a gym, and she, look at her body, she's fit, she's muscle, and she's doing great things in life. So she meet a lot of celebrities, she meet a lot of celebrity boyfriends, and she basically, living a best life at the time. According to Fiorre's friend, her name was Montania, they've been friends for like a year and a half. She had a long, intensely relationship with her boyfriend, Robert Hansen. According to her friend, who been best friends like a year and a half, that's not a friend, like a year, but whatever. But her best friend's name was Montania. And she said that Jasmine had a long distance, intentionally loving, affecting relationship with her boyfriend at the time named Robert Hansen. I don't like I said beginning his name is Hansen, but it's Hansen, not Hansman. To to People's Magazine. Another man in her life was Travis Henrich, who she met around back in 2005. So Henrich and Fiorre was engaged back in 2005 and remained couple engaged until between 2005 and 2006. Broke up engagement back in 2006 to 2007, lasting like a year or two together. They had a lot of breakups and stuff, but they'll still be friends and cordial. But after that, after done with their engagement, they continued to date, which I don't think I would be dating somebody after we had a whole engagement and we broke up, but we still date. That's kind of weird. Fiorre met Ryan Jenkins, who also a real estate agent in Las Vegas casino. Shortly right after, Jenkins was done filming a reality show in 2007. So Fiorre and Ryan Jenkins met at a Las Vegas casino at the time when Jenkins was probably the month after he was filming the show called Who Wants to Be with a Millionaire. So Jasmine and Ryan met shortly a month or a couple weeks after Ryan was done filming a show called Megan Wants a Millionaire. So on March 18, 2009, Ryan Jenkins and Jasmine Fiorre was married a couple of days, 3 days afterwards. So after they met 48 hours, they got married. And I'm like, what? Like, I was shocked when I heard this case. And I'm like, why would y'all even marry 3 days after y'all met? 48 hours. That's crazy. I don't know what's wrong with people these days, but I never heard nobody got married after 3 days of meeting each other. Some people get married within a month or 2 or 3 months after dating. Like, that's rushing. Like, that is insane. But the reason why they got married because Ryan promised Jasmine that he would take care of her. He's a quote millionaire, which he's not, which I'll get the case later on the case. He's not a millionaire, and Jasmine, like, who wants to be with somebody who's broke, who's a bum? Not nobody. Pair to married in a Las Vegas chapel suit at the Little White Wedding chapel suit in Las Vegas at a little casino place they at. According to the court record, Clark County, Nevada, was battery consulting domestic violence for hitting Fiorre in the arm. So basically, how it said they had a huge argument, and that's in Jenkins hit Fiorre Jasmine in the arm, and basically she fell to the pool area, and that's when she held charges against him because she basically just pushed in front of everybody in the pool. So her ex-boyfriend Travis Henrich said that Jasmine and Ryan was arguing because Jasmine kissed Henrich. And I'm like, why would you even kiss your ex-boyfriend knowing you dating somebody that's make him jealous? So of course they have an issue. So it's like, I don't know, but I feel like he couldn't even, like, how do I say this? I don't condone violence unless it's self-defense. But you as a man, you don't hit a woman. I don't care what she did. Or you put your hands on you. You just don't put your hands on a woman. Basically, caused her to fall to a swimming pool nearby. So Jenkins once went to trial on December 2010, but the two reconciled after the whole incident that happened. The pair reconciled right before Fiorre's death, traveling to San Diego for a poker game. Lisa, who was also Fiorre's mother, that her daughter Jasmine saying that the two was arguing all the time, and that Ryan was always a jealous type. They was arguing about her seeing other men, cheating on her with other men because she was a celebrity and he was not even known yet. He just got into filming a reality TV show, so he's not even known yet. He's basically her boyfriend, her man. So it's like, of course you'd be jealous because she's well known, she's famous, and basically all the men wants her because she does swimsuit model, all the other stuff. So basically that would cause them, to argue and build back and forth every single day. And she had also be friendships with her ex-boyfriends. And Jenkins, who also Ryan Jenkins' father, he claims that Jasmine was his son's only friend in the United States because Ryan Jenkins, I forgot to mention, he is not from the United States, but he's from a country called British, I think, Canada. He's from Canada. Why would I say British, whatever. He's from Canada. So basically, Canada's like right here in the United States, right here. So basically from Canada. I don't know how he got here to film the show, Megan Wants a Millionaire. didn't have like a not a passport, basically like a green card, so you could use that green card to to travel back to Canada and get married and have family and stuff like that. She was the only friend in the United States, and claimed that she would also disappear for 4 days to see a man and see her ex-boyfriend. And she would disappear for days at a time, like to her son, aka Ryan. In addition, Leopold told the news stations that his daughter, her marriage to Ryan Jenkins was annulled in May of 2009, but there are no court records of the annulment of the wedding. No records of annulment, engagement, wedding in Nevada County, if that. So they had no records of them getting married annulled in Las Vegas or Los Angeles counties at the time. It's crazy because Angel, when after they get married, Angel plays to get like a record to show that you're legally married. I don't get it. It was reported that Ryan Jenkins reported Jasmine, and they both went to the hotel in La Bergen Hotel in Los Angeles, 2009. They both returned to a poker tournament, charity fundraiser for the Karma Foundation at the Del Mar Hilton Hotel. The surveillance video showed capture Fiorre and Ryan Jenkins leaving the hotel at about 2:30 a.m. Without insert the video right here. August the 14th, the couple was seen at the Ivy Hotel at a nightclub in San Diego. This turned to a lot of Burger Ted Hotel alone. I'm sorry, these names of the hotel sound so very confusing, so bear with me. Fiorre was not seen living alive again. He left the hotel at around 9 a.m. that day. So Fiorre's body was also discovered in a nearby suitcase and trash can at around 7 a.m. on August the 14th. Identified then yet, because they didn't know who body was. But she was found badly, brutally beaten. They said she got cut marks, black eyes, and brutally bruised up, and she was stuffed case in a suitcase nearby a trash can dumpster, like I said, in a dumpster. So she was found in an alley in a Buena Park in California. According to the Buena Park police, her teeth was badly beaten and that been removed before her body was even found in the suitcase. Also been strangled too. So she been barely beaten, teeth removed, stuffed in the suitcase, and she been brutally been strangled. Time of the nation tends to be the identification. On August 18th, her remains were remained. On August 18th, her remains were identified as Jasmine Fiorre. The reason why she was identified is because her breast number, she got her boobs done. So basically, her boobs are done. When you get your boobs done, they have like certain numbers, and I did not know that. So that's really a good thing they do to keep certain numbers on her boobs. I know that like a good thing. Sorry that it was a fight in a way. But I think that's kind of good that they identify her as Jasmine Fiorre because she got her boobs done and the certain numbers right there. Implants, so that's a man. She got her breast implants, not boobs done. It's the same thing. Boobs done, breast implants. So yeah. According to the Orange County Police Department, reported that Fiorre had died a couple of hours before her body was found in a dump. So Fiorre's white Mercedes car was found abandoned in a parking lot. The car was found more like a mile away from her penthouse, independent of relationship with her boyfriend or ex-husband at the time, Ryan Jenkins. Fairfax District, Los Angeles County area. Police reported that there was significant amounts of hair pulling and bleeding everywhere. Jenkins reported Jasmine missing on August 18th at 8:55 p.m. He said to the police that he saw Jasmine Fiorre about like an hour, like 8:30 p.m. Around. Jenkins said that they both went to San Diego for a poker tournament to go to the errand. After they went to the casino and poker event, they went home and basically said that she left him basically behind and went to run some errands. Said that Jenkins left Los Angeles to Nevada to pick up a speedboat. On August 17th, when contacted by the police later found the BMW SUV empty boat trailer in the Marine, Washington. At the time, Jenkins was also suspected in the investigation of Jasmine's murder. He had not been charged, but the Canadian State Border was warned to watch out for him, and they did have him arrested in terms of him back to the U.S. so they could arrest him or ask him questions and stuff about the murder, about what happened. On August August the 20th, Jenkins was charged with Jasmine's murder. An arrest warrant was issued. Jenkins also on August 20th, Jenkins called his father to detain. Jenkins was seen arrive in a young blonde lady in Hope, British Columbia in Canada. The car had Alberta plates license. The car had Alberta license plate. Put up in a dumpster right besides the room. The entry was very strange. Stayed in the car while the young woman was paying for his room to stay overnight. So he stayed in the car. So Jenkins stayed in the car while the young woman he was with was paying for him to stay in a hotel for 3 nights. Which, why are you letting a woman pay for your hotel room? And you got your own money with you? That doesn't make any sense. The manager described the woman as being quote unquote attractive, 25 to 30-year-old. That's what he described to her. Making small talk while registering his room for 3 nights for Jenkins. So the guest next door said that the woman stayed with Ryan Jenkins about 20 minutes and then left the hotel. I don't know if it's the rumor or not, but people think it's Ryan Jenkins' half sister Elena Jenkins, but they don't know. We don't know, so people saying it's his half sister Elena Jenkins. The manager said that Ryan Jenkins looked extremely tired, looked extremely exhausted. He doesn't like the character guy he seems on TV from his mugshot the time he was arrested. Had both to check out. Only little on the activity of having the weekend, the manager checked the room to see if Ryan was there. And when he does, he's seen Ryan Jenkins hanging on top of the ceiling with his belt on the fan area in the hotel room. Ryan's suicide hanging from the room, whatever. They didn't find no suicide note, but they did find like a note from his computer. But it's saying how he felt exhausted, felt he's tired, and he would feel bad for Jasmine. But the only thing that they didn't notice about the note is that he didn't even apologize for what he did, which that's kind of fucked up. On August 27, 2009, the police found Jenkins' stuff in the storage unit. It was closed. Washington State. That Jenkins was charged and connected to Jasmine's death. Who also is like a TV network. Put the show Megan Was a Millionaire on hold and had to be canceled, paid to respect to Ryan Jenkins' family. So basically, after that happened, they canceled the show. They only showed like 3 episodes, and they canceled all the episodes, and to cancel I Love New York season 3, and everything was canceled, and that caused everybody to lose their money, lose contract deals. Basically, the company was losing money, losing everything because what Ryan Jenkins did. Because he filmed the show he got to film the show, Megan Was a Millionaire, and that's when, a month later, he met Jasmine and got married a couple days afterwards. And one thing they failed to mention, I forgot to mention in the video, is that Ryan and Jasmine was arguing a lot about money issues. Basically, she got tired of him, spending money on him. Basically, everything he's broke. Then on the third, she caught Ryan cheating on her in the bed with a woman. So basically, he said, "I'm sorry, everything might change, want you back, blah, 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 blah." And that's when Ryan, he got called back by a producer saying, "Hey, we're filming a TV show called I Want Money." And basically saying that you could be in the show and will be in the show or not. Basically saying that yes, I'll live in the show, which means that if I be in the show, I'll win $200,000, win this money, and pay Jasmine back so we can be happy live happy ever after. And the rumor saying that he won this show. So basically, they had to cancel that show too. So basically, everything was ruined and caused Megan to, her career was over, and basically she blamed herself. And it said that they met a couple days before the murder happened. Basically, she looked awful, looked tired, and all of this stuff. It said that it removed all the shows from iTunes. Basically just renewed the show, canceled all the shows, and lead to speculation that the show would never be aired again. But Megan, after the show happened, she got married and had a child, had a son. Congratulations to her. I did an interview with her about that. And basically, Megan, like, she based back on social media years after it happened, and she started opening episodes on her YouTube page. So the thing about it is that the producer said that Freedom reminds him that if the one had known about Jenkins' assault back in 2007, they would not even be on the show. Which I feel like that's kind of weird because y'all saying that now, but I feel like for reality shows, I feel like all these her about doing these tests, these evaluation tests, these psych tests, not psycho, not killer, not crazy or anything. But I feel like they should do background checks a lot because I feel like if they did more of background checks about this case not even happening, then they wouldn't have an issue with Jenkins. He would not be a killer. He would not commit suicide, and it was never happen. When I would cancel any shows, they did a freaking background check about what happened in case they got the signs that he is a woman beater. He basically assaults someone from anger and stuff like that. They said they're not gonna announce the show was canceled. They said that they will not be returning for a third one, which Jenkins was one. So basically, I said earlier that Jenkins was rumored that he did want to show, but basically said that they're not going to air the show because Ryan Jenkins was, everything what happened between him and the whole murder case, and that is crazy because like I feel like if this would never happen, I feel like if they would have did background checks on Ryan or anybody else, this would never happen. And that's part of the craziest that happened because you just don't hear stuff that's happening a lot on TV. It's like reality TV sucks. People don't talk about their mental health after filming shows, and that's why people be want to commit suicide, PTSD, bipolar disorder, etc. Because it's draining. And that's sad how people like that can become murderers, become suicides, and I feel like if they would never been together, this would have been all avoided. If they would have got background checking him, this would never ever happen. And I understand a lot of people is upset because the show is not running for a third season, and because a reality TV star basically murdered his girlfriend and committed suicide. So basically, they had to basically had to cancel the show because they don't want that representation in the VH1 community or reality star community or Hollywood fame, whatever you call it, to cancel all the shows because basically that wouldn't be fair if they aired the show that Ryan won. He's not a liar, and that would make any sense, and that wouldn't be fair for anybody else who participated in the whole show. Basically canceled because what Ryan did, and that's basically awful, and basically had to cancel all the episodes of Megan Once a Millionaire and I Want Money because Ryan what he did. And also crazy about it is that Megan, she was on a dating show called Rock Money. A dating show, your own show to be on TV if you're the fan favorite or the producer's favorite. So yeah. So that's it. I know the case is so long. I know I'm sorry this case. This case is like so long with that. So you guys watching today's case. Let me guys know what you think down in the comments, what you guys think about the whole case. I know the case was very short, very sad, very very shocking to hear. But I just wanna actually do this case. I feel like I've been watching the case for a good weekend and a good 2 weeks, and I feel like I should read the case. And I feel like this happens a lot to everybody. Not a lot of everybody else do the reality. I feel like if you're the victim of domestic violence, make sure you stay out that relationship because if you don't, this might happen. Same because I did last week on Valentine's Day, murder. If you don't leave, then you might end up be dead. This true crime case video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications. I'm gonna have a new true crime video, and I'll see you guys in this true crime case video. Bye guys.